Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the archives of the Cindy Cochran Show. Remember, I'm live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11, right here on irlonestar.com. You can be a part of the show by calling 936-647-3776. Also, please visit my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. And let me say a special thanks to our show sponsors, BK Meyer Photography. If you would like to be a sponsor of The Cindy Cochran Show, contact me at cindy@irlonestar.com. Enjoy! Good morning, everybody. It is still beautiful here. You know, the weatherman's going to have a hard time finding things to say because it's just perfect. It's beautiful. And I wish it was where you are that way, because it is really, it's gorgeous here. And we have gorgeous women in this house. And I'm not talking about just me. We have three lovely ladies that have come to us from Heaven's Army. I love it. You are Heaven's Army. Good morning, Lenora Purvis.
Good morning.
Are you happy I finally learned how to pronounce your name correctly, and I did it?
Thank you so much.
Well, now you brought me two more people you just gave me their first names, though, so that makes it, that's really better for me. And we have, and everybody that's listening right now. Now, you've told your friends and family to listen, right? This is live.
Yes. Amen.
And they can call in and talk about how sweet you are and how wonderful you are. It's fine. Then it goes to archive, and it's forever there. It's forever, so watch what you say. And we have Sarah.
Good morning.
Sarah, what's your last name?
My last name is Fletcher.
Sarah Fletcher. I can remember that. Sarah Fletcher. And you're with Heaven's Army as well. Shut up. No, because from now on we'll be just Sarah and Cindy, okay? You don't have to call me Cindy Cochran. You do not have to do that. Sarah, and you are with Heaven's Army, and in what capacity are you working with them?
We did the Christmas outreach shopping last weekend after Thanksgiving.
You're a shopper? Is that right?
A little bit more than a shopper.
Oh, okay.
We did Thanksgiving shopping and Black Friday shopping, and she was with me.
Yes.
You did Black Friday shopping?
Yes, ma'am.
You are truly
a
servant.
She's dedicated.
She is.
We had the firemen's trailer. We had police escorts out of Walmart.
Now that's the way I want to do Black Friday,
yes.
with a police escort.
It was amazing.
That is great.
Not just one or two carts. I'm talking 12, 15 shopping carts overflowing.
Wow. Did they have a special place for you guys to check out? Now,
well,
they should have.
Toys R Us kind of made it special for us.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have to stand in such a long line. In
right.
Walmart, we had about 5 employees helping.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That is great. That's just very inspiring for everybody else to see. So that's good. I mean,
yes,
everybody
ma'am.
gets crazy at Black Friday, and they, you start thinking like, hey, wake up, slap them, so they come back to reality, quit acting so crazy. But that would be a good sobering point to, these gifts are going to children that can't afford anything, and
absolutely.
And that's good. It's sobering and inspiring. And then we have Wanda. Wanda, you're with Heaven's Army as well. And what did you do for Heaven's Army?
I volunteer wherever she needs me to volunteer.
There you go. I love that.
I'm a super helpful one. I just love to help.
You are a mobile person. You can play all the different positions.
She's also been sorting and separating all these toys that we went and shopped for. So
the shopping frenzy and the fun of all that, and knowing all these kids are going to be so excited, and all that, and then you get back and go like, somebody's got to separate these, and somebody's got to wrap them. And that became like, okay,
what did we just do?
It's like the dog that just caught the car. Wait a minute. Now we're going to have to wrap these. But I know it was all wrapped with love, and it was wonderful, and so that was exciting. I got to tell you that Margie Taylor just showed up, and she's now. She's even donning a. Would you sit in front of our studio? So she's got a Santa's hat on, and so we can decorate. Would that count as decoration, Margie? Okay, all right. She said yes.
She needs a bell. She needs to ring a bell out there.
She just had a bell. If you just had a bell, Margie, that would be great. But that's said, they'd have to put it in her purse, and that wouldn't look right. Okay, so she didn't have the bowl there. Those guys, as you walk in the stores, and they say, Merry Christmas, and I don't have any money on me or anything to put in there. I've got a credit card. I said, if you guys can swipe. Now, that's what they need to do, is they need to stand there with one of those things they can swipe and take the money. But it just makes me feel so bad because I want to give. Now I can do it right from my car. It's like drive-through. And that's what's happening this Saturday, is that you guys are doing Fill the Hats. Is it called Fill the Hats or...
Yes, it's Fill the Hats, but we have actually a boot, so they'll see a boot.
Oh, boot. Okay, so it's
No,
either a boot or a hat that they can fill. And the firemen are going to be out on the street, and it's all for a good cause, and they're very well, with their uniform on and all that, so you're giving to a fireman that is actually, all this money is going to go to help raise money for the children's presents. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
We're
tell me
actually trying to raise money specifically now. We've done a lot of the shopping. What I need now is bikes.
Bikes, okay.
So,
now, see, that's what you put that call out that we need the bikes, and it's from what to what? Any type of bike or any size bike?
From a trike to a little push for a toddler to a bike. We had a request for a 17-year-old that just recently got a job and has no way to get back and forth to work, so he asked for a bike.
Oh, my word. That's great.
So.
Oh, I love that. That's good. Okay, so if somebody wants to donate a bike, they don't want to drive up to the fireman and get out in the back and hand them the bike. They can't do that. So where do they take those bikes to be able to donate?
They can take them to the fire department, East Montgomery County Fire Department.
East Montgomery Fire Department located?
In New Caney.
New Caney, okay.
Or they can take them to Heaven's Army in New Caney.
In New Caney, okay. Yeah. So can they just Google? What would they Google? What would be the website they would go to so that they can get all this information?
HeavensArmyOfResources.com, or you can find us on Facebook.
Okay, very cool. Okay, and you can see all the pictures.
Yeah, you see all the pictures on Facebook.
Going on. Yeah, I'm
a Facebooker.
Yes, I stalked your Facebook. It was so cool to see what y'all did and everything. It makes you feel like, oh, I haven't done anything. I need to get out there and do something. You guys are so busy. And Lenora, it must be, so easy to go to sleep at night knowing all the stuff that you're doing. Or do you toss and turn because there's more you feel like you can do?
I've got more to do.
She don't sleep.
Yeah. She's a busy lady, isn't she? And so now, you guys last year, you raised $27,000 last year, and your goal this year is $30,000, right?
Yes.
Last year, when those kids came in, were you all there? Were you both there? You were not?
No,
okay.
This is my first year.
Okay, so this is going to be, aren't you excited for them? Because what they're going to get to see, yeah.
I'm excited.
All your work and all that all comes down to that moment when that kid, walks in there and, they're so excited about that. And then in your mind's eye, through faith, you know what happens that morning when they're not expecting any of this. They think this is like a little fun time for a few moments in their life. But when they wake up and all those presents are there, you're like, I believe in Santa Claus, and so it's going to be exciting. My mom would never let me believe in Santa Claus because she didn't want anybody else to take credit for the presents. So I grew up kind of twisted about that. And I remember telling my children, now you know where presents come from, right? And they went, yeah, Walmart. But they never associated it with me buying the presents from Walmart. So that's who they think is Santa Claus. But tell me some more about stories that you have, that you've heard, or that you actually have talked to parents that say what happened that day. Do they come back and tell you thank you after that Christmas morning? And what do they say to you?
Absolutely. There's been families that just come tell us that, they're so thankful that we were able to provide Christmas at a time that, they just recently lost their job. And I had a lady that was there yesterday that she actually didn't want to ask for help. She felt horrible that she even had to come ask. And,
that is hard for a lot of people that just recently lose their job and they think they're going to have it forever. Or, other things that happen, the bills that mount up that they can't handle because of tragedy and things like that.
This lady was on a fixed income, and she got custody of her two nieces, great nieces, and and they were young kids, and so she wasn't prepared to buy Christmas for them on her income, and so she just she said, I hate even coming asking you, but there's any way you can help me with Christmas for them.
Oh man. See, and those you want to, like, will you take pictures? I want you to take pictures and make sure I get to see what their faces look like. Because I think that's the greatest, that's the reward that you have and all that time and effort that you put into it.
We had a father one year that got a bike. I believe it was last year, and he didn't know that when on our list they put a bike. Well, we've tried to make it to where every child that's asked for a bike gets a bike, but the parents don't know that, so we don't just tell them, oh, put a bike on there because you're going to get a bike. Okay. And so we try to make sure that's our goal. That's how we get our goal. But anyway, this father went in there and he had told his kids that he was, about Christmas and stuff, and that he's going to get them Christmas. But the kid just said, I just want a bike. But he didn't know that he was actually going to get a bike. And when he got there to receive the bike, this man came in, found me out in the midst of the celebration and was crying because he had actually got a bike for his kids, and he had told them, Daddy's going to try to get you a bike, but I don't know if I'll be able to. And so we'll just see. But he got the bike.
That is great. So I love that. I love that. Now, Wanda, this is your first year, and you are the ultimate volunteer. Is that correct? You just came in?
I just like to help.
Okay. But, that comes from somewhere, and it's probably good mommy and daddy that tell you need to help, or just the reaction you get from people when you do help.
Yes.
It's amazing. How did you find Wanda, or did she find you?
She found me.
She found you?
She found me.
How did you know about them?
Actually, she was given her testimony earlier this year at the Men's Interfaith Disciple House, and I was there that night. And so I got to hear her story, and then I asked her if I wanted to I told her I wanted to volunteer. So how do I get plugged in? And then I got separated for a few months from my living situation, and then I found her again.
Oh, that's
so she accepted my volunteer help, and
now that's great.
I'm actually one of the parents that will be receiving gifts this year for my kids through her Heaven's Army.
That is fabulous. I love that. I think that people that actually go in and receive things, and then they want to give back. They're so thankful. They're so appreciative. Please let me, do something. And I think that's the perfect way to feel like, you're going to make me cry. Stop it. So anyway, I think that's beautiful that's happened to you, and you're giving back, and just. We all know that God's going to bless that whole lot.
That's
right. A whole lot, yes.
Absolutely.
Now, how did you find Heaven's Army?
Through the same organization, through Interfaith Discipleship Program. I was told about Lenora, and my kids are grown, but it is very rewarding. And
it keeps you in that Christmas spirit all the time,
yes,
right?
It really does. It's very rewarding to give back and to help in any way, shape, or form. I'm actually side by side with Wanda all the time. We work together, so
that's
doing whatever.
That's great.
Whatever we're called to do.
And it's just that it's blessed. We're blessed to give than receive. You have done it, and we're going to talk about that when we come right back from this break. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and we've got a lot of stuff going on. In fact, later on, we're going to talk to someone who knows someone that was talking on the phone to Nicholas, that you've been hearing about on the news, talking to Farouk and arguing with him. This is very interesting. I cannot wait to have this interview. So you guys stick around. That'll happen after 10:30. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away. We got more good stuff and things that you can do and help yourself feel really good.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Real reality radio.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
Hey, this is Cindy Cochran, and now Conroe can boast of another first. The first morning live talk show, 10 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio, coming straight out of the fabulous downtown Conroe, Texas. Be the coolest guy at the water cooler, or the most informed break room dweller by listening to the fun side of the news, local, national, infinity, and beyond. The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that texting and talking on the phone while driving are not only dangerous, but also illegal in school zones and other posted areas. Drive safely and alert.
Good morning again, everybody. We welcome you back to the Cindy Cochran Show. We've been talking to the Heaven's Army. I guess we could all consider ourselves part of that, but you guys go out and do a lot of stuff that that takes care of what heaven would want us to be doing. Right. And we got Margie Taylor with us now. She finally made it through all the traffic and the road construction and came in here with Margie Taylorized PR. No, Taylorized PRs, and you help everybody become aware of your clients. And you do it specifically through the Cindy Cochran Show. We're here to help and to promote and make people aware. And Margie's great about that. So I know you have some things to talk about, and you were reminding Lenora about where they can drop off gifts. You want to tell us that again to remind us, Margie?
Yes, any New Caney, well, it's actually East Montgomery County Fire Department because they merged with Splendora New Caney last May through an election process. Okay. So the Splendora Fire Department will accept any kind of donations, whether you have cash, gift cards, toys, especially bikes. We're in a great need of bikes, and lots of bikes.
Yes.
Last year we had 300 bikes. And when you go in this room and you see behind this curtain, this long, big black tarp curtain, where the parents go and pick out a toy for their child, it is separated by gender and age, and then you see these massive bikes that are all assembled. It just gives you chills. It seriously does every time I think about it, because honestly, that is what the spirit of Christmas is about, which should be in your heart, embedded all throughout the year.
Sure.
But this is a fabulous event. So we really need a lot more bikes. We need gift cards for those hard to buy for teenagers and things like that. Right. Funding, and that can be donated at the Splendora area fire department there with East Montgomery County Fire Department. And they also have their main New Caney location, which is on FM 1485, just west of Highway 59. And they also have the Roman Forest Fire Department, which is on Roman Forest Drive. So any of those three main locations.
Roman Forest Police Department as well.
If somebody's listening and in Conroe, they could probably even drop it off at either the Conroe Chamber or Fishtails, which is located by the post office on whatever street the post office is on. I want to say it's Dallas. I'm thinking it's Dallas. So there's a new Fishtails over there.
Yeah,
Fishtails is actually the sponsor. He will be feeding people.
Yes. And he'll
very
be there
graciously. Yes, he will have his food truck out there feeding the parents and all of that. And yes, Stephen Marshall is a sponsor. He does bookkeeping. Okay. But Scott Harpling is the one who's the owner of Fishtails. He has the location in New Caney, and he has one in Conroe and 3 others. But he will be feeding everybody.
That's great.
And Stephen Marshall will be doing Santa pictures.
I knew he was going to be there, but I mean, guys,
It's a
this
group
is
effort.
so very, this is so
That's
very
right.
cool. Is that you guys have put this together? This is your second year.
Fifth.
Fifth.
Oh, I thought you had 27,000 last year, and I thought that was your first year. Oh, okay, so you have grown from.
My first year was only probably $3,000.
Oh my word!
And there weren't that many kids, but
We had 300 kids.
It was fabulous. Yes, I mean it
For
seems
your
like
first
a lot,
time.
Yes.
and especially when it was at the fire department because it has grown so big from when it started 5 years ago that there was traffic congestions and safety concerns because there wasn't.
Yeah,
there was
we had-
limited parking, and people were concerned, about accidents and that. So last year,
No,
it was
the second year.
the
we
third
moved it
year,
to-
I believe, we went over to Bull Salas.
We only had it at the fire department 1 year.
Okay.
And then that following year, we went
because
to
you
Bull
grew
Salas.
too fast. I love that.
After our
Don't
first
you,
Fabulous.
Don't you feel like a lot of times you start feeling like people just don't care? People are just, they're rotten. Yeah, just have this horrible feeling about people. And then when these things happen and people come out because they want to give, they want to help, they just don't know where to go and what
Right.
to do. And because most people feel like they know what that feeling is being able to give and how, if they were in need to have some place that's doing something this for the kids, and especially when you say the children. But these parents are so, when this time of year comes around and they feel like they don't have the money to be able to give to those kids, that's a horrible feeling, and that makes the season of the spirit of happiness go right down the drain because you feel like I'm not going to be able to provide my kids like everybody else is doing. And so to have someone come in and help during that time is just, thank you God for you guys. But I know that everybody's going to be looking Saturday out for the firemen with the boots and to fill up the boot and fill up. Are they doing the hats now, or is it just the boots?
It's really
Are
a
they-
boot.
It's really a boot.
It's really a boot.
But
Okay.
there's reasons we have to call it
Fill
fill
the
the
hat.
hat.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
somebody kind of coined the phrase fill the boot. So
Uh-oh,
we can't
okay.
actually use that
Oh,
term.
okay. All right. Stuff the boot. All right. Okay. We can
Okay.
say stuff the boot.
Stuff it with lots of money.
Yeah,
With
that would
lots
be
of money.
fabulous.
Yeah,
That
so
would be
that
fabulous.
that the firemen over there and it's just overflowing with money, that would be great. And it's such a great time to be able to even thank the firemen as you put the money in, thank them for their service. So it's just a great opportunity to really live the spirit of Christmas and all. And speaking of the spirit of Christmas, when does the voting happen for the windows decorated
oh, that's so
downtown?
much fun. That has created such a competition. We have 23 different participating restaurants, shops, different venues here in the downtown Conroe area that have decorated their windows. And you can go online and vote. It ends December 12th, the same day as the Heaven's Army Operation Giving Heart. But it ends at noon on Saturday because that's the day the parade comes through downtown. And we're hoping that people will come and look at the windows because it's free and it's fun and it's shut.
Right.
It's like an old-fashioned Christmas when you go
Sure.
to some of these small towns and see the department store windows and that.
Right.
So some people have really gone all out.
Boy, have
and
they.
have decorated their windows and are very competitive and sharing it on Facebook. Vote for me, vote for me. They're sending it internationally and all that. But that's okay because it's all about awareness of Conroe, downtown Conroe,
that's
and all
right.
the fun stuff. So next door, Stage Right, with the Crichton Theater, they've added even more stuff in the last 2 days
could they
because they
put
were more
anything
competitive. So they have
more
these
in
little
that?
boy and girl that are standing outside with their hands on the windows,
Oh,
looking at the
no.
windows, just to add another 3D dimensional to it.
They are really
Conroe
making-
Coffee has gone all out.
I love that. I love that.
But
That's so cool.
if you look at Brownlee Jewelers across the street here
Uh-huh.
on Main, they have several windows decorated, and it all comes up to an engagement theme of giving the rings with the birds listening and all that on a limb. So there's some fabulous things. Anyway,
Well,
so
we've got
come vote.
We have a phone call, and maybe it's someone wanting to vote for our window.
Okay.
Our pitiful window. Okay, caller, what is your name, and who would you like to talk to?
Fred McAfee.
It just felt
Fred McAfee here.
I thought you were going to
I
call.
was walking down the street the other day, and I looked at some of these windows. I can't figure out how to get my computer to shut up.
Oh, it's
My
okay.
computer won't shut up.
We
and
can-
so
we can hear
I'm starting
you.
to hear myself reverberate.
Well, we can hear you.
Kind of reverberate, and
so,
I really
Fred,
like to hear myself talk.
So, Fred, which window are you going? Fred,
press the gall darn
if you
button
just
here.
shut up.
Oh,
no,
there
sorry.
we go.
Fred,
Okay.
Which window are you going to be voting for?
Well, it's a hard choice. You know what I'm telling you? Because you got that Brownlee Julie over there. You got them pretty little sticks and the things hanging out. And you got that Conroe coffee. They got that going across there. And it's like England, and it's all lit up, and it's real pretty there.
But what about...
Oh, now, Craig Campbella's. Now, he's got oh man, he's a rich son of a gun.
He shouldn't even be allowed. But now, what about? But you got to tell me. You got to tell me. Are you leaning more towards stage rights?
Stage right?
Yeah. Are you leaning more toward them?
Is that one? What's that?
Well, it's a beautiful job. I mean, it's just compact with, it looks like you're in the living room of Santa's house. And so I can't believe in how much time they put in that. So I thought maybe you were leaning toward them.
You know who's in the lead?
Who's in the lead?
The branding iron.
What?
Branding iron?
Yes, because they're branding and they have a bull and it's all lit up.
Yeah. Well, that one sucks. I don't know. I just not very impressed with that kind of thing there.
Well,
but they're pretty. Oh,
they are, and people need to come down and look at these windows.
Yeah, you need to walk there. And you know what? There's a parade going to happen. And guess what?
What?
The parade is not going to go down Main Street in front of all these beautiful windows.
That's not right. Who designed that?
It ain't.
Well, if you get a lead that goes a different way.
What the heck is going on here? They're skipping all. They're not going to go right in front
that's a shame
of
because
IR Lone Star.
Well, that's a shame because everybody will be down here looking at the windows, and they may miss the parade. But I'm glad you told everybody about it.
Jump over there to the parade and see all what's going on. How does a parade not go down the entire Main Street? Well, they're going down a little part of it. They're going down a part of it near the country, to the pub, and up there on the north end.
Fred.
They're going on the north end.
Fred.
They're just dissing us on the south end.
Fred,
they're dissing us on the south end of Simonton. And I don't think it's right.
Okay, Fred. All right, Fred. We have to go now. We appreciate so much you calling in and bringing this up to our bringing this to our awareness. And you are amazing. Thank you so much.
People love to. People should give lots of money to buy children bikes.
Amen, brother.
They should do that.
Amen, brother.
They should spend. They should. If you're thinking about, especially the old people, they got nobody to give to. It's like, give to the
Heaven's
the
Army.
That,
That's right.
That is providing
give to the Army. Give the Heaven's Army.
Children.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Fred. Thanks for calling in and keeping us out. Okay. All right. He's out of here. Oh, he shuts me down. Okay. All right. Thank you, Fred. Listen, we got to go to a break. And coming up is our interview with Jimmy the Sea, who has a very interesting connection to the guy Nicholas, who was arguing with Farouk before that horrible thing that happened in California. So we're going to be talking to him. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back on the Cindy Cochran Show.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your hosts, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good,
with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County is a 501c3 all-volunteer-based rescue and adoption organization with a no-kill policy for healthy and adoptable animals. Our goals are fourfold: to rescue and rehabilitate homeless animals, to provide a safe haven for the animals until a suitable adoption or foster care home is found or until they are reunited with their owner, to educate the public about the great need to reduce pet population, which includes the importance of having their pets spayed and neutered, and to further the cause for humane and responsible pet ownership, and to provide a low-cost spay-neuter clinic for people who are unable to afford to spay or neuter their pets otherwise. SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County encourages you to think adoption first. You can contact us at www.spcaofmc.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Even if these walls could talk, they couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Okay. Listen, we want to thank you so much for joining us, and we want to thank our guests for the first half hour who were with the Heaven's Army, Lenora Purvis and her two volunteers and co-workers, Wanda and Sarah, and we really appreciate them coming by and talking to us about a way that you can give and do the things that I know in your heart you want to do. You want to help, and this is really for the families that cannot afford to buy their children the maybe some toys that they would like to have and feel like it's Christmas. And it's not like they're giving them a lot and saying to spoil them or anything. This is like a bike, and they get a few presents, and the parents can feel the same feeling every parent feels when they see their children open up toys. And this is going to be a total surprise to all these kids. These kids have been chosen by counselors at school that they know that are in need. And it's a great organization, great work. And December 12th, they're going to have this event. But before that, they need bikes donated. And there are several fire departments that are accepting those bikes. Even Fishtails in New Caney, the restaurant Fishtails, you can drop it off there. But go to Heaven's Army, and you can Google them and find out more information if you want to. But it is just an amazing thing, and they'll be on my website, on my Facebook website. If I only. Anyway, okay, guys. Transition now to the events that have happened in the last few days that you've all been bombarded with, from San Bernardino, California, where the shooting happened, and people have been so confused by all the different stories that have been out there. And sometimes you feel like that's so far away, and it's just so far out there, and really you don't feel an attachment unless you're watching the news every single day and every hour about what's going on. But I got a call from a friend of mine, a friend of this show's, Jimmy Cirillo, Jimmy the C, who talks to us about all the sports happenings every Monday with Lieutenant Bob Berry. But he called me and he says, you know what? This is a weird connection that I have with what went on. And I said, like what? And he goes, well, one of the men that were killed was Nicholas and Theo, and I cannot pronounce his last name, but they started talking about this guy yesterday a lot on the news because they found out that he and Farouk, the one that actually was the terrorist that went in and shot up all these people along with his wife, so weird, but they had been arguing at the office about whether, Muslims was it really a peaceful religion, and they would go back and forth about this. And one of Jimmy's friends that's on Facebook with him, he found out that this Nicholas was in his Facebook, group, and then this woman that is a friend of Jimmy's said that she was talking to Nicholas, and he was arguing with Farouk in the office, and she was on the phone, and she was overhearing them arguing back and forth. It's just so weird. Now that brought it back, where Jimmy said this is just a strange deal. And Jimmy is on the phone right now with me. And good morning, Jimmy. The C.
Good morning. Wow, I'm going to talk to you something that doesn't involve a ball. Incredible.
Isn't that weird? It is weird. It is just a strange coincidence that you, or not coincidence, but that you happen to know someone. And when you saw this guy, heard this guy's name, and you heard about the incident, what was your first thought when you heard that name? Was that surreal to you?
Well, I wasn't familiar with the name, but I had noticed a few hours after the shooting had went down, I noticed on my Facebook a lot of people that I'm, associated with through, conservative political groups and whatnot, were putting condolences to this gentleman. And I looked at his Facebook profile picture and go, man, that picture's very familiar. And it turned out Facebook would always ask me, hey, you have, I have close to 50 friends in common with this gentleman, and it would ask me, hey, you know him, friend him. And the only reason I didn't friend this guy is I have so many that I really can't keep up with everybody, and I really need to trim the thing down because I can't just keep up. There's just so many. So I clicked on his page, and I looked, and I saw how many people I had in common with him, and I was like, wow, that's incredible. And I was like, it's just crazy, how small the world has gotten because of social media.
And then to hear from this
like
woman,
that.
and then to find out this woman that you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I looked the next day, the New York Post had put up a short story about this gentleman. Basically, I guess trying to stir the pot because the New York Post is a liberal paper, and they're trying to say, well, one of the victims always was ranting about Islam on his Facebook page and whatnot. And one of the people that they had talked to, I was reading an interview, I recognized her name. And I was like, well, I'm friends with her on Facebook. And she was literally on the phone 2 weeks before while he was arguing with the Farouk, the now known terrorist shooter. And they were arguing basically about, is Islam peaceful and whatnot. And they were just having a debate. Now, she said on the phone call, she said Farouk's voice didn't sound threatening. It sounded like they were just having a passionate debate. Mm-hmm. She didn't say that it sounded threatening. Now, a few days, I guess, before the shooting, supposedly he had posted on his Facebook that he had been threatened by a Muslim, but they said that the Muslim's name was, or that the post came out of the Ukraine somewhere, I don't know, but he'd been getting threats online from other Muslims.
Ah.
So then the wife had even said after the shooting, when they said that he supposedly had been arguing with a possible coworker the day of the shooting, his wife had even said it could have possibly been him because, him and this guy have obviously had debates, while they've been employed together. And I'm not going to say that guy caused the shooting because it was nobody's fault but the terrorists.
Right.
Because, like I said,
because
they had a mass. Go ahead.
No, because you're right. The planning that they had and how many bombs they had put together, and the arsenal that they had, and all these people coming over to their apartment. Now that we know in hindsight that they were there and coming in and out there and they were getting delivered all these things and very unusual delivery system that they were involved in. And so it was just, it didn't make sense. You start trying to put this together. It did not make sense that he's at a Christmas party and somebody said he left angry, and then he comes back and wants to blow up the place. And so the police said they had so much that they must have been planning to do another scene like this.
He just probably wanted to show that guy one more time before he went out in his blaze of glory.
Right.
Like, you know what? I'm going to show this guy who's going to get the last word in. And a matter of fact, going back to the guy getting the threats online, one of the threats he had gotten was that he would never live to see Israel. You know, that's what this Muslim had threatened this guy online. You know, he'll never get to see Israel. And
well, it all didn't make sense that they have a 6-month-old baby, and the office was trying to put together a baby shower for their new baby, the 6-month-old baby, and that they take the baby and drop it off at grandma's. This was so strange. Like, how could someone do something like this and so coldly do this? But he wore a mask, though, Jimmy. He wore a mask, and his wife wore a mask. So it wasn't like he was trying
they
to
didn't want
let
to
them
get
know.
identified right away because obviously, their hideout, they didn't want to be found out because obviously they need to go back maybe to get more, to go do whatever the initial plan was. I mean, who knows?
Right. Well, they say. I guess the people at the party gave the police officers enough information to make them think this is the guy we need to go look at. He was here, but he left, and he was angry, and so they went after him. But it was just the strangest, the way that it happened. If you look at the list of the events and how that happened, and then we may never know unless they capture the people that were coming over and visiting with him. Where they were going,
they got to catch them because it's a bigger operation.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, this could have been avoided, but because of the culture we live in now, God forbid you say something against someone of a different ethnicity, you're going to be accused of being a racist or a bigot or anything negative. And this poor neighbor who saw this, comings and goings and said, this just looks real weird, didn't want to be labeled as Islamophobic or whatever it would be.
Right.
And that's a shame because 14 people may be alive because, someone could have spoke up. And you can't blame. Some people try to blame the neighbor. Oh, the neighbor should have reported this. It's like,
no, it's not
the neighbor. No, the neighbor did not make this guy go to this job and kill these people. The neighbor didn't make this guy stock up all this stuff.
No, there's enough blame for everybody to go around on that because the society has brought us to this point that we're afraid to say anything or afraid to speak or what others might think or feel. But I think this you see something, you say something deal is just needs to be emblazoned on our head that's what we need to be doing, that if we see anything outrageous. And you wonder like the police get a lot of stuff. Do they get desensitized to people calling in and say, well, my neighbor was really mean the other day to the cat and kicked it out, and I think we need to check on him. They must have some really strange call-ins, and I want to talk to Lieutenant Bob on Monday, so we may call you back in. I know that you have a lot of hard-hitting bloggery going on your on your Facebook, Jimmy, and that and it's very interesting. I mean, my oldest daughter, Christy, she says, I really like watching his reading his blogs. They're very interesting. I think he's onto something. So I know you've accumulated a lot of people.
I'll say something real quick. It was a few months after September 11th happened when they started that see something, say something. And I was making a delivery around what's now NRG Stadium when they were still building it. And I noticed a couple of Middle Eastern-looking gentlemen, and they were in a neighborhood about probably a quarter of a mile away from the stadium. But the stadium, you could see, and they were taking pictures from a distance. Now, could have been harmless. They may have been surveyors. I don't know. But I made a call to the FBI just in case. And I didn't care what hell they were because, like I said, they could have been casing out this stadium that was being built to blow it up in the future. I don't know.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid of.
What did they say? When you called, what did they say?
They asked where my location was, what the guys looked like, that's what kind of vehicle they were in, how long were they out there, and they just asked me basic questions. And they called me a few days to follow up and said they couldn't find anything, and when I don't know if they sent anybody out to go look for those guys to question them, but I mean.
Yeah, but they called you back. They called you back and they did a follow-up.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
great.
No, this was fresh after, a year hadn't passed since September 11th had happened, so everybody was pretty vigilant.
Right,
but we relaxed, and now political correctness has made people too nervous to say anything about anything. But I don't care. I will say it. If it's going to save someone's life, I'd rather be called a bigot.
Yeah. And save lives. That's exactly.
Save maybe somebody's life. I can be called a racist, or I can be accused of being something. If it saves someone's life, I don't care.
I love it, Jimmy. You are aware, and you're out there and you're vigilant. We've got to go. We've got a hard break. And Jimmy, thank you so much for giving me this time. And that's really interesting how you are connected to that guy whose name was just all over the news yesterday, Nicholas, however you say his last name. But we're so sorry for his loss, and I know his wife. And so our prayers, and I don't care what the Daily News says, our prayers are with them. Okay, Jimmy, thank you so much. We will talk to you soon. And listen, everybody, thank you for listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Cable Smith, host of the Lone Star Outdoor Show, inviting you to join me Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 on Lone Star Internet Radio for Texas' premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor talk show. So pour yourself another cup of coffee and pull up that stool a little closer to the old campfire, because if you can catch it or kill it in Texas, we're going to talk about it. That's right. Bucks and ducks, gobblers, monster bass, redfish, trout, and a whole lot more. Plus, you never know what outdoor celebrity is going to drop by, from Phil the Duck Commander Robertson to fishing legend Bill Dance or everybody's favorite uncle Ted Nugent. Heck, we might even mix in an interview and hear some brand spanking new Texas music from one of your favorite Texas musicians like Robert Earl Keen, Brandon Ryder, or the honky-tonk kid himself, Aaron Watson. Loved or hated but never ignored, it's the Lone Star Outdoors Show with me, Cable Smith, Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 right here on Lone Star Internet Radio on irlonestar.com.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's Junque for more information and store hours.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas, Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.SOTX.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas.
At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for joining us. And you know you can always go to my Facebook, The Cindy Cochran Show. You can find out what's going on. Most of the time, I did not post this morning. I realized that on the way here. I totally forgot. It was my fault. And so
It's because you don't care about your show.
No, that is not true. Because I was so discombobulated when Jimmy told me about this connection, because I'd been hearing all about that, and all of a sudden there's someone, and so it's just weird. So I think that's why I forgot. Anyway, we got a phone caller. What is your name? What would you like to talk about?
O'Connor.
Dennis, I'm so happy that you've become so transparent. What's going on, Dennis O'Connor?
Well, you were talking about basically a plot that who knows how it occurs, and having been married to the one of the most famous mediums in the world,
yes.
I just need to tell you that LBJ killed JFK.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you were talking about conspiracy theories throughout that whole California
I wasn't.
thing, but
No. That's
I personally heard that LBJ was responsible for killing JFK. We can talk later.
I'm telling you, I was not doing conspiratorial things. I was just talking about what they know.
You know, when he jumped in there and started talking about the Arabs and the Muslims and who killed who and why they shot who, I just thought that you would like to know that LBJ killed JFK.
Okay, we do need to talk about that. Did that come from your wife, the medium?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That she saw that's how it happened.
She saw that's how it happened. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, then we do have to talk about that later. Yeah. I want to hear about that, and I'd like to hear more about your wife and her work. I think that's fascinating.
She's weird.
She's weird.
One weird.
Okay, and that's coming from Dennis.
Ex-wife.
It is ex-wife.
All right, I just want to make sure Cindy caught that.
Ex-wife.
No,
yes.
I knew that.
One of my ex-wives.
One of them. Okay.
The last one. The third
All right.
one.
Dennis, listen, Dennis, you go have a great weekend. I've got to go now, and I'll be back Monday. I will be here Monday.
You can hang up on me anytime.
I will never hang up on you. You hung up on me last time. Okay. Mike Dennis O'Connor, thank you so much for calling the show. And listen, guys, have a great weekend. A lot of new shows are starting up, so go out, see a movie, go get dinner, and go do something good for someone, and go, volunteer your time, just like Wanda, who was talking about volunteering her time and how much better you'll feel about yourself. So make somebody happy, be happier, and remember, God has got this, and God loves you. Have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. Any comments, suggestions of topics, email me at thecindycochranshow@gmail.com. Also, check out my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. Join me live Monday through Friday. See ya.